Welcome to Principles of Marketing class. This unit is about consumer behavior. Unit 1 and 2 we discuss about marketing, introduction to marketing, and then in introduction to marketing we see what is a marketing is all about and what is a market and the evaluation of modern marketing. Then we also discuss about telemarketing, global marketing, all those topics. And then in the unit 2 we discuss about the functions of marketing. So what are the departments, how they plan, okay, in marketing. So in unit 3, this unit we are going to discuss about consumer behavior. So who is a consumer, why as a business we are concerned about their behavior. Okay, so uh, consumer is nothing but the customer or the people who are using our product, who are consuming our product. Okay, so they are called consumers. So there are different names we call for consumer. One, consumer, we all can also call them customer. In hotel industry, hospitality industry, we call them guest. Sometimes we call them end user. So what happens? There is there is a lot of names used depending upon the situation. Okay, so why we are concerned as a marketing, why we are concerned about consumer behavior, you will understand at the end of this chapter. So the topics covered in this unit are consumer behavior, what is the definition and meaning, and why we need to study consumer behavior, and then factors influencing consumer behavior, like the social factors, all kind of factors which are, going to influence or influencing the consumer behavior. Market segmentation. So from the word segmentation, you will understand it's like a dividing. Okay, that's a segmenting. So segmenting our target market. So market means it's not a general market, the our target market. Then customer relationship marketing. Okay, so in order to be customer oriented, we studied in previous unit, business has to be customer oriented. So in order to be customer oriented, we also should maintain a good rapport with the our customers. So marketing, customer relation marketing will help to develop this rapport with our customers or consumers. So these are the topics we'll be discussing in this unit. So in this video, we discuss about the definition and the meaning of consumer behavior. So in the consumer behavior, there are a lot of definitions here, but I have given the very simplest and very important definition we discuss. The behavior that consumers display when searching for, purchasing, using, evaluating, and disposing of products and services that they expect will satisfy their needs. Okay, so what is the real meaning? This one is the behavior a consumer will display when he is searching for a product, okay, or services, all while purchasing, all while using, and after using, they evaluate how the product okay, and disposing, okay, of the product or service they expect will satisfy their needs. So usually we have seen in marketing that customers get satisfaction only if the marketers are able to fulfill the needs and wants of the customer through our product. So when they buy our product, when they search and buy our product, they use our product, they evaluate all the time whether the product or services which is offered by the business are fulfilling their needs. Okay, so not only fulfilling the needs but also fulfilling the needs in a cost effective manner. Okay, so this only leads to a satisfaction of the customer. So in this highly competitive business environment, not only just fulfill the needs of the customers in a cost effective manner, but also you need to do this better than your competitors. Otherwise, if competitors can do better than you, fulfill the needs of the customers, then the customer will go to a competitor. So the business need to always watch out for, I mean, I mean, how the competitors are doing, so that we can improve our services. So the meaning, consumer behavior is the study of how individual customers, groups or organization select. So here individual means a single customer, okay, and then groups and organization. So for a business, a customer may be either individual one person, or it can be a group of students, or even a family members, or organization means other businesses. Okay, so they also buy the product. Buy, use, and dispose ideas and goods and services to satisfy needs and wants. Almost the definition is similar to the previous one we have discussed. So any customer, okay, how they behavior while they are looking for a product, while using the product, purchasing the product, using the product, and disposing the product, which they expect will fulfill their needs and wants. So how they behave. This why we need to as a business know the behavior, because if you understand the reason for a customer to buy either our product or our competitor product, so we understand okay what they are expecting from our product. Okay, so if you understand their expectations, we can inculcate all the requirements of the customer in our product or services, so that we can serve our customer and fulfill the needs better than our competitors. So it refers to the actions of consumers in the marketplace and the underlying motives for those actions. So what happens? So what is the motive for them to buy our product? Okay, when they buy, and what is the motive for them to buy our competitors' products? So marketers expect that by understanding what causes consumers to buy particular goods or services, they will be able to determine which products are needed in the marketplace and which are obsolete, and how best to present the goods to the consumer. So not only understand, which products are currently in use or in high demand. Sometimes with the changes in the social patterns, in the political conditions. So what happens on the changes in the environment? Certain products are becoming obsolete, in sense of no use. So if you are able to understand which are the products are obsolete, okay, we can be the first one to dispose that product, stop producing it. Okay, so what happens is, so we don't incur loss, and we also understand the changing pattern of the customer preferences. So consumer behavior will help businesses or marketers to understand which product is of a high demand, why it is of high demand, and what kind of need or need it fulfills. That's one point. And second thing, which products are getting becoming obsolete. Okay, and then what are the features they expect from the product they are using. So this clear cut information and idea will help us to improve on our product and services. So personal consumers, individuals who buy goods and services for his or her own use, for household use, for the use of a family member or a friend. So personal consumer means someone who buys a cosmetic product or any household grocery, something like that. So what happens? They purchase this either for their own use, or their family members, or for a friend. So this is called a personal consumer. So consumer behavior. Buying behavior is a decision process and act of people involved in buying and using products. Need to understand the concept. So what happens? Here we are concerned about the buying behavior. That's a consumer behavior. So there are few questions which arises, which we need to be very clear. Why consumer make the purchases that they make? Okay, in other words, if someone is buying, a customer or consumer is buying a product, so we need to get idea why they are buying the particular product. Maybe not only that, from the particular retail outlet at a particular time. So all this will give us some clear cut ideas and clues. So what factors influences consumer purchases? So what are the factors? It is because of the personal reason, it is because of the social. So all these things, I mean, we'll be discussing what are the factors which influence a particular consumer or buyer to buy a particular product or use a particular services. The changing factors in the society. So sometimes the product may become obsolete. Okay, I mean, with over time. So what happens? Why? What is the reason? So what happens? We can change the product which are our product which are going to become obsolete. And consumer behavior is dynamic. This is one of the character of a consumer behavior. Dynamic means it is not going to be constant. It is going to be keep changing. Individual customers, consumer groups among these households and society at large are changing at increasing speed. Okay, because I mean the world is changing, the business environmental is changing, and so what happens? And the environment comprises of the people around us, the society around us. So with the world going at a very fast pace, okay, everything is changing. So what happens? The preferences for certain products or services are changing as it fulfill the needs and the wants of the customer. So what happens? We need to understand what are the changes that our consumers are undergoing so that it's easy to understand their preferences. Generalizations about consumer behavior is to a very large extent limited in time and space. Okay, you cannot just simply, I mean, generalize. Oh, this is what they like. This is what I mean they don't like. Okay, so as a business, they need to be very specific when looking at the needs and wants of the customers. So marketing strategy must always be adjusted to new circumstances. So strategy we have discussed is something we plan for a long time before, and then it usually it's a long term plan. So what happens? One of the feature of formulating strategy that strategy has to be flexible. In other words, strategy need to be changed if necessary. So what happens when the environment is changing, the customer preferences, wants and needs are changing. So what happens? Marketers or business need to adjust and change their strategies accordingly to the new circumstances. So now we are going to discuss why we are studying consumer behavior in marketing and how it is very, very important. So here we have seen the left hand side, we have given marketing strategy, what comes under that. And then right hand side is a consumer behavior. So what are the things comes under the consumer behavior? So in marketing strategy, we will be studying about segmentation. So what are the bases we do the segmentation? It is going to be like young people or old people, adult, or is it going to be a male, female? Okay, so it is going to be based on the what do you say, the area. Okay, I mean the area means the region, or it's going to be a country. So these are this called, usually we call this as a geographic segmentation. So what are the psychographic segmentation? So what are the type of segmentation? Okay, we'll be discussing details. So under marketing strategy first comes segmentation, because segmentation help us to plan our marketing strategy accordingly. Because we, even when you plan what do you say, a promotional or advertisement activities, we cannot do the same promotional activity for all our segments. Say for instance, the most common one is the geographic segmentation. Like when we consider India, India got several states, and in terms of region, we divided into north, south, east, and west. Okay, so culture differs according to this region, and language also differs. So when we, what do you say, when we segment India on basis of region, we need to go further segmentation in terms of states also, because each and every state they speak different languages. So when we advertise, I mean it will be easy for us when we take into geographic segmentation, because the advertisement, it should be in a local language. Say if it's like South India, there are different states where they speak Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannadam. So what happens? So when we plan the advertisement strategy, even the packaging one, we have to adapt a local language so that it will be suitable for the people to understand. Oh, I mean the advertisement and the contents in the packing. So segmentation is very one of the important aspect. And then the four P's, okay, will also help when you plan the strategies, which is product, promotion, pricing, and distribution. Out of four P's, product, promotion, and distribution will usually incur expenses, and pricing is the one which incurs revenue. So this is from the marketing strategy. So these are the four P's, and the segmentation we will be planning. And when we look at the consumer behavior, as we see demographic and socio-economic variables, we need to look at the consumer behavior from these aspects. Okay, demographic and socio-economic variables, and then personality. I mean, what kind of personality our is they are going to be like a, introvert or extrovert? They are going to be aggressive. So people of different people have different personality. So the depending upon personality, the behavior of the consumer also changes. So that's one of the variable we need to take into consideration. Then expectations, again, depending upon culture, okay, the expectation depending upon the situation, also depending upon education, knowledge, profession. So the age group, so many aspects when they expect something from a product or a services. Awareness in sense, are the consumer aware about our product? Okay, if they are aware, to what extent they are aware about our product? Okay, so it's very important. So if awareness is less, there is no awareness, then the promotion and I mean advertisement activity should be based on educational kind of advertisements, where it creates knowledge of how our product is useful, or how our product is going to fulfill a particular need and want of a customer. So that's awareness is very important. Knowledge, again, when we are aware, we get knowledge about the particular product and how the particular product or service is going to fulfill our needs and wants. Then attitudes is determined by the culture. Okay, so I mean culture and subculture. Attitude is also determined by a person's experience with a product or a place or something like that. And then motivation, what motives can be a person, what kind of need a particular product are going to fulfill for the customer, that may be a motive. So we'll look into motive in a very detailed manner. Then intention, reason why a particular customer behave and buy our product, or dispose our product, or buy our competitor products. So that's the intention and the behavior. So this is how we are going to, I mean, like relate the marketing strategy in terms of consumer behavior. And then we see here is the a simplified model of consumer behavior. So if you just scrutinize this model, it is easy for us to understand how a consumer behavior play a vital role in planning the marketing strategy. So here we see the internal or psychological factors like motivation, perception, learning, personality, and attitude. So these are the topics we'll be studying in this unit. And firms' marketing efforts, which we have seen in the last slide, like product, price, place, and promotion, which in other terms we call marketing mix. Okay, four P's are marketing mix. And then external or socio-cultural factors, cultures, subculture, social class, reference groups, and families. So these are the factors which have impact on the consumer decision making process. That behavior, and their behavior lead to the decision making process to buy a particular product. When we see the decision making process of a consumer, it goes through a series of steps which involves problem recognition, pre-purchase search, alternative evaluation. So after that, the outcome is that after they go through this process, they really end up in buying our product, which is a purchase of a product or service. And after that, post purchase evaluation. So post purchase evaluation done by the consumer will lead to either a repeated purchase or they stop buying our purchase. Okay, so that's all for this class today. Okay, in our next class we will discuss about the need for studying the consumer behavior in detail. Thank you.